Founded in 1994, Grabb and Durando have changed the landscape of legal representation for Tucson accident victims, reducing fees for automobile accident victims from 33 to 25%.
Here with some tips on what to do after an injury is Director of Operations at Grabb and Durando, Jason Wright.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
Yeah, Jason, thank you so much for coming on the show. Listen, I wanted to share something with you. I read, which was quite striking for me, approximately 15,000 automobile accidents in Pima County, 5,000 of which involve personal injury. That is a lot of accidents. Yes. If I'm in an accident, what should I do?
Well, the most important thing to do if you're involved in an automobile accident is to determine whether or not anybody's injured. If people are hurt, you want to call 911.
And what if no one is injured? What would you say?
That actually makes it a little more tricky for a couple of reasons. When somebody's involved in an automobile accident, they'll usually have a lot of adrenaline rushing, and so they could actually be injured and not realize that they're injured. And the other thing is automobile accidents often cause soft tissue injuries, and those types of injuries can actually take several hours to several days to manifest.
Yeah.
So that's what's important.
So what kind of information should you collect at the scene of an accident?
One of the things that's happened recently is the Tucson Police Department will now only respond to an automobile accident if there's a severe injury. And therefore, if the police don't come out to your accident, you need to try to make sure you get as much information as possible. If you log into our website, we actually have an automobile accident checklist that you can download. We recommend that you print that out, put it in your glove box. It'll have information on there such as the other driver's name, address, phone number, the vehicle information, their insurance information. You want to make sure that you verify all this information because we've actually had instances where people give out fake information.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it'll make things really difficult later on.
So after the information's collected, we're gathering our thoughts because, as we said, this is a very stressful, I mean, it's a crazy moment right there. What is it that we should do? I mean, what's the first phone call we should make? You know, how does that all work?
Well, basically, we recommend that you call an attorney first. After the accident, your main concern is trying to see your doctor and make sure you get treatment and that you get better. But it's also during this time period that the insurance company is going to call you. You need to remember that the insurance company is in the business of making money, and it's the insurance adjuster's job to pay you as little money as possible. So when you hire an attorney, basically the insurance companies have to deal with that attorney, and it takes a lot of that stress off of you so you can just focus on getting better.
Wow, that's very important. So how do you determine if you need an attorney? I mean, at what point during this mess, because you've just been in a car accident, do you determine, okay, I may need to call an attorney?
If you've had an accident, we always recommend calling an attorney right away, either way, because we can talk about your accident with you, go over the details, and find out whether or not you need an attorney. Again, a lot of times when you first have an accident, you have the adrenaline rushing, you don't realize you're hurt, and then later on you wake up the next day and say, oh my goodness, I am in pain. So even though you think you might not be hurt, it's best to talk to an attorney first. And then it's also because the insurance companies may call you, and again, we've had instances where insurance companies call the victims within hours. And they say, okay, were you hurt? Well, I wasn't hurt, but then the next day you wake up and you were hurt, and then when you try to file a claim, the insurance company's like, wait a minute, you've already made a recorded statement that says you're not injured. And so it makes it really difficult because in today's society, a lot of people may file fraudulent claims, and the insurance companies are always on the lookout for that. So if you have an attorney, we can actually handle all those steps so you don't say anything that might hurt you later on.
That's great.
As the driver, there are also so many things to look out for. Like you mentioned, making sure the information is correct on the other side is one thing. But also, if the other driver doesn't have insurance, you know, that can get really sticky. So what should we do in that situation?
Well, that's actually
that's
actually a real problem because in Arizona, approximately 22% of the drivers don't have any kind of insurance.
22%.
22%. Wow. And the drivers that are insured usually have the state minimum coverage, and that's $1530, which means that the most an insurance company is going to pay to any one person is $15,000, and for a total accident, $30,000. And that may sound like a lot of money, but when you consider the fact that an ambulance ride to the emergency room is $1,500 a day in the hospitals, $3,000 to $5,000 per day.
You haven't covered the car yet.
Well, the collision's separate, but this is just for the personal injury liability. And then you have your lost wages and physical therapy later on down the road. These things all pile up, and that $15,000 really isn't a lot of money.
Right. So tell us why Grabb and Durando. I mean, obviously we can call any attorney, but you tell us why.
Well, the main reason to call Grabb and Durando is we're a local law firm. We've been around we were founded in 1996. Robert Grabb, the founding partner, actually grew up in Tucson, went to high school in Tucson, the U of A Law School. We've got, like I said, over 25 years of experience handling personal injury cases. The biggest thing that sets us apart from other law firms is the fact that we only charge 25%.
Wow.
Most other attorneys charge 33 1/3.
Right.
And even the attorneys who advertise being discount attorneys actually charge 29%, which when you look at your final settlement is a considerable amount of money.
Sure, and not discounted service, obviously.
Right.
No, yeah, we give the top. I like to think that we give the best service out there, and the rate is just another way of looking out for our clients to make sure that they're taken care of.
Sure. Jason, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And call for your free consultation. Here's the number. It's 326-2500. Again, that is 326-2500. And on their website, you can learn a whole lot more about the firm. So go online. The address is grabbanddurando.com. Again, that's grabbanddurando.com. Grab with 2 B's, by the way.
Still to come, Maria Menounos from Extra and Urkel himself, Jaleel White, sit down to talk about what they are most scared for in the upcoming season of Dancing with the Stars.
Really fun interview. Plus, St. Patty's Day has passed, but that doesn't mean you can't host a beer tasting party. Our blissful housewife joins us right after the break.